Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Today I thought I'd try a new map recommended by a viewer based on a creation by this user here, cvan2797, who we can see if we load their profile has created a bunch of different maps. We tried the abandoned places one recently, and so today we're going to go and try Waterfalls. Average score expert level 4,732, so I'm not expecting to do very well here at all, but as the 11th person to have explored this map, nonetheless it's quite exciting. So let's play and see how we do, and I'll use the default settings. Okay, so it's just loading now. Wow, would you look at that? That is crazy. So I expect a lot of these are going to be sort of, you know, photospheres. Like I'll be unable to move, I think, during them. So we'll just have to rotate around and see what we've got. So, okay, well, let's see. The foliage here looks kind of, I'm going to say Southern European, you know? And the sun is indeed in the south, so that puts us in the northern hemisphere. For some reason, I don't feel that this is you know, the North America. So first of all, we should just admire the waterfall. Look at this, a multi-layer waterfall that we've got going on here. It's really quite something, isn't it? And just to imagine that water sort of continuously pours over these all year long is amazing. Looking at the kind of people, I mean, I don't know, I find this is a strange thing to do sometimes, but generally speaking, you know, this gentleman here, this lady here, have kind of maybe more of a Mediterranean complexion. I'm not sure. As for this lady here, you know, I'm not sure. She just looks pretty European, really. But yeah, look, I mean, these trees almost look like olive trees. The ground looks pretty dry. They've got some irrigation system working here in this planted area. So I'm thinking that we could be somewhere sort of in Spain or Portugal. I also note that the name of the person who took this photo is one Pablo Fabian Canepuccia. So maybe Pablo is a Spanish name or a Portuguese name or an Italian name. I'm not sure. I'm thinking Portugal, if I'm honest, and I'm not sure why, but I just am. I don't know of any famous waterfalls in Portugal, so that doesn't help. But you know, I'm sure there are some. I honestly don't know, you know, where we are. So in that sense, it's just going to be a real guess. So why don't we put a pin down somewhere in Portugal where, I don't know, there might be some hills or mountains. Or maybe Spain. Maybe Spain is the place to go. Why don't we go here in Spain? The reason I'm saying that maybe is that, you know, this looks like quite a large formation here. And I think Portugal is quite coastal, where you either have steep cliffs or flatland, really. So just based on that sort of, I'm not sure if that's an insight, but just an idea, I'm going to go with Spain. So random guess in Spain. Let's see if we're right. And we're not. It was in Italy. So there we go. Could have gone with Italy as well, but, you know, wouldn't have known where we were either. We were near Terni. Okay. Next round. As for famous waterfalls, you know, I'm just not sure of famous waterfalls, really. Look at this. This feels more North American, what with these large kind of evergreen trees. Even the fashion and the style of the people here with this word track written on it, you know, feels more North American. So already here I'm getting a sense that we're going to be in the US or Canada. Yeah, the people kind of look more American, shall we say. And I don't really know why that is. It is. It's a fashion thing. It's a style thing. It's you know, just sort of the dress sense, I suppose, what people wear when they go out. Great to see kids playing in the water. That's nice. Outdoor stuff. Outdoor activities going on. This looks like a great place. And the name is Brendan Gutenschwager, so German. look, you know, we'll never find exactly where we are. And just to be clear, I can't... Oh, I can move on this one. Okay, so that changes things a bit. Oh, I can only move to one other location. I wonder if it is possible to see more things from here. Or click over here? No. There's actually 2 waterfalls. Okay, I just moved back to where I started. I think. Oh, not quite. No, now we're up the waterfall. Okay, well, it is interesting. So you can seem to move around a bit. What is up there? Can we go up there? No, we cannot. We can. Yeah, go up the waterfall ever so slightly. And look, it's just an endless area. Sort of stepped falls here where people play and come out. So that's great to see. Ultimately, though, I don't think I'm going to learn much new from looking around. I wonder if we can... Still the same guy, Brendan Gutenschwager. Great name. Yes, so we've come from down here. Okay. Well, look, I'm not sure I'm learning anything new from this, but it is certainly beautiful, so let's just take some time to admire it, and we'll go for a guess. I'm thinking in the Pacific Northwest, somewhere here, although, of course, this could easily be Canada as well, Alaska even, I have no idea. But, you know, it feels sort of like a scene we might see in Oregon. So why don't we go for the Willamette National Forest? Let's go for it. And we were in Michigan, it seems. Yes, that's right. On this kind of funny area of land here that is Michigan, but separated at the north. So there you go. Who would have thunk it? We were in the... Oh, no, what does that say? Unfortunately, the pin is right on it. But the Taquamone River. The Taquamone River. There we go. Fantastic. Okay, next round. So wrong there about the Northwest. Wow, well, would you look at this? Look at that waterfall. Different style of waterfall here. Not the large gushing one that we had in the first round or the wide sort of flowing one in the second, but a real thin ribbon that just crashes down, extremely vertical. I'm sure the view out this way is gorgeous. Well, would you look at that? That's just great. Superb. Wow. Real backcountry kind of landscape here. So, not sure what we've learnt from... If there's anything we can really learn from this. Where is the sun? The sun, I think, is over the back of this cliff here. So again, that puts it in the south, which puts us in the north. This is quite big country. I don't know how else to describe that, but I feel like the size of these hills is enormous. We're definitely in mountain ranges here. This is probably the summertime, and in the winter, I would expect these to be snow-capped. The sort of scale here is ginormous. So I'm thinking, you know, it's one of the major mountain ranges. We could be, frankly, anywhere in Russia. We could be in Europe, but I think we're in North America. The reason I think we're in North America is because although the hills are ginormous, they are kind of rounded here. We can see that they are rounded in shape. The Alpine hills are more steep and craggy. And I think that is to do with the sort of tectonic forces that created them being different. We also actually here, kind of a bit bizarrely, we can see the leg of someone in the photo. I'm not sure there's much we can infer there, but they are wearing sort of skate shoes, which is maybe a bit American, fashion-wise. I've used the person's name before to try and figure out where we might be, but the user here is Go F Yourself. So no need for that this time round. So I'm going to guess the Rockies, and we'll see where this guy Go F Yourself was traveling. Let's go for the Rockies in Colorado. Why not? Oh, look at this. So wrong. So wrong. I can't even begin to describe. We were in Russia, actually, near Sochi. This is where they hosted the Winter Olympics in Russia. We're here, and I assume in the mountains around. So that makes sense. Well, would you look at that? I couldn't have been more wrong about the location of that. So there we go. I earned a single point from that round. Oh well. Ooh, what do we have here? This is interesting. This looks kind of dried up, and we've got a flag here, a red flag. That's probably a warning flag as opposed to anything else. And this riverbed here is completely dried up. I mean, it is not, clearly this is the height of summer. This river that would otherwise be flowing is, dried. This scene here down to this bridge looks like a scene from the U.K., but really this kind of dried up landscape does not. So that's a bit different. I suspect, we're in Europe somewhere. Sunbathers, a few signs, but nothing to see there. The sun, well, hard to tell. I think just in the south, maybe. The user's Frank Verstegen. These folks here maybe look European, but I'm not sure how much we can all infer by this. There are here some of these sort of cypress trees. Cypress, is that the right word? I'm not sure. But these sort of thin conical trees that I associate with Italy, and this very Italian-looking farmhouse. So I think I'm going to go with Italy. And somewhere in the south, given how dry this riverbed is, I would imagine it's somewhere that gets extremely hot and therefore dry. So it could even be Sicily, but I think I'll stick to the mainland and go somewhere south down here. Why don't we say in this Parco Regional Gallipoli? Let's have a guess. Ooh. And we were wrong about Italy. We were actually in the south of France, near Nîmes. So there we go. We were in Europe, correct, but not close, I'm afraid. We were near, what is this place? Bagnon-sur-Cèze. So there we go. And this river had completely gone, hadn't it? So, maybe the sort of more English-looking scene upriver could have helped us there. We saw a bridge, didn't we? Which didn't look very Italian, come to think about it, but the house certainly did, and the trees. So, not a terrible guess. Better than the 1 point I earned in round 3. Well, would you look at this? This looks absolutely fantastic. Another really interesting waterfall here, and the rocks as well. These kind of columns of rectangular rocks that have fallen off is quite something. I don't know, again, I have no confidence in where this will be, but I feel like this could be something like Iceland or maybe Norway. Have a look at the people, they're in this balcony maybe. These two ladies here. Do they look Scandinavian? Possibly not. It's quite busy actually, so I sort of think of Iceland as being a place that isn't very busy even in the peak season. Really interesting looking at this. And you can see how the waterfall is eroding away under the rock. So the rock kind of steps back here and eventually will fall and the waterfall will continue to recede. So real geography in action. Look, I'm not sure. Thomas Nicodern took the photo. Another European name. So it could be Iceland. It doesn't look, I don't know, as cold as I would expect that maybe. So perhaps we're somewhere else. Perhaps we're somewhere in Norway or Sweden or Germany. That's funny that we've got different images going on down here. What is this? That is completely bizarre. The kind of photosphere has completely been, I guess, just down at the bottom where they were standing. It's not quite worked right, but that's very strange, isn't it? You don't often see that. Okay, well, look, enough putzing around. Why don't we just go for the guess like we've been doing so far? We could go for Iceland. So yeah, why don't we do it? Let's go for Iceland. We'll say we're somewhere up in this Vatnajökull National Park. Let's say down here somewhere. It looks like there's some hills down here. So could be close, but likely not. No. No. That is an amazing guess. Wow. Oh my goodness. Well, that's one of my most amazing guesses I've ever made. That is a complete guess, first of all. I've never been to Iceland. I've not seen that waterfall before. I mean, goodness, you know, I'm no waterfall expert. It just looked like Iceland. It looked like Lord of the Rings stuff, to be honest. Which I know is it was New Zealand, but you know, it kind of looked like that sort of territory, and I'm just shocked. That's an amazing guess. Wow. So, Will, would you look at that? I mean, given that the maps weren't going so well, rounds 1, 2, 3, and 4, we pulled it out the bag in round 5. So that is worth uploading. Look at that. Game finished. Well done. Well, I think I got over half of those points in the final round, or very nearly. We couldn't have been more wrong in the US twice, when there was one in Sochi, Spain, Italy, France. But the only one worth talking about there right at the end is Iceland, where we didn't just get it, you know, in the right country, but we basically chose the right waterfall. I mean, we didn't even see a waterfall, but we chose this area, this Skaftafell. And I mean, we were just as close as we could be, frankly. So, wow. I mean, thrilled with that. Thank you so much for watching this video. I do hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video.